Well, it's certainly been it's been a long time since season 2, and now we are in season 3 of the Reactor. And why not start things off with a little bit of a Titanic reaction, if you will? National Guard 5 here, and we do have a couple of people that are they're here, but they're not here at the same time, and that is the last 819, and I believe his name is Snaky Face.
Right,
But
he's a new friend of ours.
yeah,
He's doing his own thing right now, so he's just gonna be offhand, so he'll hear the audio and all that. So
yeah, and he might type anything that comes his way, along with the
Snakey,
last.
your mic on mute.
I think he's listening. He's he's okay.
All right, yeah.
And then we have what is it, Mr. Cordova?
Yep.
Alrighty. So what are we watching today?
We are watching Titanic: Birth of a Legend, and just a heads up, you guys, my YouTube viewers, Feature Row Productions here, you guys are going to see this early. For those watching on Apollo's channel, you're watching this on April 14th, and then you'll be watching part 2 of this on the 15th. We're making it kind of for the anniversary thing. But anyway, so we are watching Birth of a Legend, which is basically the story behind the building of Olympic and Titanic. Basically, the circumstances around building the ship, the politics of building Titanic, you know, because there was something about home rule, and then there's no home rule. Basically, no home rule is where Ireland doesn't want to get basically Ireland at this point in time is not separated into Ireland and Northern Ireland. I can't talk. So basically, home rule is Ireland gets control over this area. Basically, gets control over Ireland, and they rule with their own government and laws. And then no home rule is basically the British wanting to, you know, people of Ireland don't want for Ireland to rule themselves. Essentially, that's basically the gist of it. If you guys want to look it up for yourselves. It's really hard to explain it. So it'll explain it better in this documentary. So, but this will basically touch on friendships that were forged during the building of the ship, and then the eventual fates of the guarantee group of the Titanic, which all hands of the guarantee group would be the people responsible for making modifications and fixing things on board during the maiden voyage. It shows their fates, and pretty much every single member of the guarantee group was, you know, died in the sinking. So we're doing this to honor the men who built the ship and the guarantee group who did not survive the sinking. So you guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Titanic: Birth of a Legend.
Last 819 just said it sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm. That would be my dog.
Barking in approval?
Yep. Be right back.
Okay. And it doesn't mention women. I don't know why. Well, probably women didn't have enough say in the workplace. White Star Line.
The water was still. The shipyard almost silent.
Snaky Face just said that's why I don't go on cruises. Well, some people want to, and yeah.
This was the birthplace of the most famous ship the world has ever seen, Titanic.
Looks more like Long Beach than it does Ireland.
Yeah.
Colossal, magnificent.
But is that me, or do I not hear the audio from the movie?
I mean, if I can see what's going on, and you know, sometimes I don't mind not hearing things.
Perhaps the greatest in the history of shipbuilding.
I just want to enjoy it. Someone got a face full of fire.
Yeah. Just like you.
I love those champagne fountains with the glass, with those glasses. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I got Coca-Cola with me again. I'm sorry.
I got Dr. Pepper.
It's a story of violence and
Excuse me. Oh, fight breaking out. Oh, lovely.
despair and tragedy.
And someone, ooh,
Shame.
Oof,
someone just fell to their death.
And went shooting up with the heat. Yep.
Yep, there she goes.
Yep.
I'm finished.
Exactly.
He committed the big oof. Well put, Zach. Well put.
And their ship.
I hope there's no interior shot to the sinking, though.
Oh, because of you getting scared?
Well, wouldn't you be?
Hey, I didn't get scared when we watched it from that one reaction video.
She was born in the great Edwardian era
Thank you,
of the
Snaky. I would be, yeah, Snaky agrees with me. I'd be scared shitless if I saw the water rising above the window.
in a ferocious battle.
Yeah.
Who could build the biggest
I mean,
ship
granted, if you're like on the
most
bottom
lavish,
deck, oh,
the
shuffleboarding.
fastest?
If you're
Yeah.
on that bottom deck or whatever, and like the water splashed up on your window, that's understandable.
Yeah.
What's not understandable is seeing it go completely over your window.
Troubleshooting
Yeah.
team to handle any problems.
Let's see. Oh, okay, that was probably Titanic and her two sister engines.
Titanic was
Yeah.
no different.
Again, I don't mind that there's no audio. I still like it for the visual aspects.
Workers,
Yeah.
14,000 who would sail on her maiden voyage.
Excuse me.
Their story
Sorry.
began 5 years
You know, all
earlier.
those, Snaky said, this is making me never ever cruise. Hey, Snaky, don't worry. Ship designing has gotten much, much better.
That night, he was entertaining another shipping magnate.
I know Disney Cruise, they can... What's crazy about Disney Cruise Lines is their biggest ship can be hit with a rogue wave and not sink.
Yep.
That's how good, that's how well designed the Disney Cruise Lines are.
Yeah, Disney Fantasy.
Yeah, those things can take a beating on the sea. And I have seen records of there was a little bit of flooding, just like because of the water flow from that rogue wave going over.
Yeah.
Just that excess water came down the steps, but it didn't sink it. It's just, you know, a little bit
Yeah.
of water damage.
Yeah. Before I went to Berlin, Apollo, I was on a Disney cruise when you were talking to me.
Where'd you go?
Port Canaveral up to
What I miss?
Everything.
No.
Everything, and it's a silent film, no audio.
What are we talking
It's
about?
okay.
Give them scale.
Disney cruise ships.
Yeah, I was mentioning that, like, the biggest ship, their fantasy line, it can be hit with a rogue wave and it won't sink.
No.
Exactly.
Cool.
And
But yeah,
the one,
for those who don't know, that's Bruce's May and Lord Perry, the owner of the
Our usual term.
Harlan and Wolff shipyard.
Plus 4%.
playing
Yeah.
pool.
Astronomical. And to compete
I mean, pool's a lot of fun.
To trump them, you'd need
Exactly, Zach.
3 ships to trump the Cunard line.
Yep.
Don't go on the cruise, you have your phobia of the sea. Yeah, well put. I did it just for fun, guys. Because the fact this takes place in Ireland, I did a little background check on my ancestry.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm not 3% Irish. I'm actually 12% Irish.
Lucky. I
Lucky.
have no Irish in me.
Well, it sucks for you then.
Alfie Cunningham, just 16, was starting as an apprentice.
What's that, ball of sand?
Who's nervous?
No,
That
it's,
lady-
it's their lunch.
Mouths to feed.
I think
Alfie,
Mallard's part
man of the house.
Irish because he could speak it.
Alfie
Thank you.
Cunningham.
I'm not Irish, but he could probably speak. That probably means he could speak it with an accent.
Artie Frost,
Maybe.
33
Artie
years
Frost.
old, was moving up in the yard.
The hat, Artie.
Zach said I'm part German. Well, newsflash, Zach, I'm also 25 German.
Speaking of Germans,
Miller, age 25,
there is a German representation in there.
Show me your piece.
Really?
There was a crane that was built to outfit the Olympic and the Titanic, and that crane was actually built by Germans.
The 6-day week,
Mm.
was a pound to take home. Late arrivals were locked out.
Can you guys hear this okay?
A little bit, but if you could turn up a little bit, it'd be better.
On it.
Discipline was the foreman's job. Everyone had God in a bowler hat. A word from the foreman could mean either a job for life or no job at all.
Come on.
I know my name's Swan. You'd be. Cunningham, sir. Starting today, eh? Yes, sir. Apprentice.
Better?
Let's see. A little more.
There.
There were 14,000.
All right, it's at
workers
max.
in the
Let's
yard,
leave it that way.
And Alfie Cunningham was bottom of the heap.
I can also increase the desktop audio via OBS.
Give that a whirl. See if that helps. Titanicception.
There we go. That working?
Artie Frost had started as an apprentice.
Yeah.
He knew how the yard worked. His ability had brought steady progress. But to get the foreman's job...
Someone's trying to call me. Yeah, I'm trying to watch this right now.
Yeah.
So we're currently in the machine shops of Harlan and Wolf right there. And then this is the drawing shops here.
It's a fact.
Cunard have got.
I've got a sketchbook with
We
me.
must show them we won't let them stay there.
Well, I'm sure you'll relish.
I mean, I won't show it, but...
I know.
Peary's chief of design was his wife's brother, Alexander Carlyle. Chalk and a cheese.
The drawing shops all now are making me think of like Walt Disney back in the 30s when everything was hand drawn for the
Hey, you
movies.
guys, you recognize the guy on the right? There.
A little. Why?
That's Thomas Andrews right there who's talking.
Oh, okay.
On the right there, the one without the mustache.
Chief draft.
That mustache.
He could have them within 4 to 5 years.
Really, William, we all know how much you like to throw down a challenge, but quite frankly, that is
Back when mustaches and beards were like the best fashion ever.
Imagined into existence, William.
Of course, Alexander. And yes, I am laying down a challenge. Perhaps the greatest in the history of shipbuilding.
So that's Ismay, right? The guy with the gray beard?
No, that's Lord Perry. He's the
Broderick to help.
he's
You
the
can turn the vision into a reality.
Owner.
yeah, he's the CEO of Harlan and Wolf.
So then where's Ismay?
Ismay is the White Star Line businessman, so he's probably off greasing the skids in like the British government or something.
Tweet!
Yeah.
Even the lavatories were
The guy that blew it looked like he was pissed.
This is funny.
7
Let's
minutes
see.
per worker per day.
You could only go to the loo 7 minutes per day per worker. So if your shit took 5 minutes, you would only have 2 minutes left on your thing. On your,
Jeez.
yeah.
Nowadays it's like 30 minutes for a whole break. Wait, what'd he do?
It's like what's the sorority thing they do? Oh, it's like initiation.
Oh, they basically just dunked him in the tub or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Just 1 in 8 workers at the yard was Catholic.
I'm guessing that's the foreman?
Yeah. So, no, that's not the foreman.
But Lord Peary frowned on sectarianism.
8-9. Zach just said don't get
So-
constipated.
So, basically what these guys are,
Protestants like Tommy Miller,
uh,
commonplace.
the shipyard is 1/8 Catholic and the rest is Protestant, and there's a lot of hatred between the Protestants and Catholics.
The dinner break threw
Yeah,
everyone
don't
together.
remind me. I'm a Protestant, and I find the Catholics kind of silly.
To spend as he pleased.
But I don't want to get into a religious debate here.
Gambling or games, and of course, the Bible.
But anywho, let's see. What is that sign?
Anywho.
Religion. But more
Yeah, but what did his sign say?
the
I didn't see it.
division between trade.
It's I don't know what it
Kings of the
said.
yard with the toughest job.
It had something to do with probably.
Michael
So
Frost.
basically, they get 30 minutes to do whatever they want. So if they want to eat lunch, they can do that. They want to gamble, or something like that.
Make whoopee with a prostitute.
No, I don't think so. A lot of these guys actually had wives back home in the downtown of Belfast. Harlan and Wolf was the main source of income for a lot of the families. Without Harlan and Wolf, Belfast would have just came apart. Harlan and Wolf is still a company, but they only refit ships and are focused on constructing constructing oil derricks, or like oil barges, like those big oil things, like
With the new
her,
liners
you know,
changed,
Water Horizon, whatever
before
that
Pity could
oil
build
rigs,
his
you know, the
giant
ocean
ships,
going
he had to
oil
rebuild
rigs.
his shipyard.
Right.
New slipways.
They
new
don't
gantries.
construct ships anymore.
Pity was making history.
So
And to
they
record it,
help
appointed the
repair
finest
ships. They just
photographer
don't
alive.
make them.
Yeah,
Robert Welch would capture
Makes
every
sense.
Robert
phase of
Welch,
Titanic's
the
construction.
official Harlan and Wolff photographer. He's the one who took all of the photos of the Olympic and the Titanic, and the Britannic, I believe. Any White Star Line ship in the early 1900s, he's the guy who took the photo of it. There's Brucey Bruce.
Titanic had
Bruce.
begun with a gentleman's agreement.
July
A year on,
1908.
there was still nothing in writing. Everything depended on Bruce Ismay.
So this is the design that he was seeing.
Correct.
But this is actually a model of Titanic. It would have been a model of Olympic. So there's a little historical inaccuracy for you.
And of course, we all know that
Well, you're always gonna have a little bit of an inaccuracy in some movie.
to travel on.
Cunard built the Mauritania and the Lusitania with 4. We didn't think you'd want your ships to have less.
So one funnel is an ornament.
Correct, sir.
Well,
So basically the
I think she's magnificent.
The what?
okay, so basically the first 3 funnels of the ship were actually
Well then,
three of them were functional to, you know, have smoke go up and away, and then the 4th was an added one. The more funnels the ships have, I'll be quiet for a second. This is important.
ships 400 and 401.
Surely, since 400 is the first in the class, we must call her Olympic.
Agreed. And 401?
She's your ship, Bruce.
401 was Titanic.
You know classics. Olympus was home to the Greek gods.
So they designated numbers?
What of their great rivals, the
Hold on.
Titans?
I'll explain in a sec.
Okay.
Olympic's partner should surely be Titanic.
Very good.
Titanic it is then.
Was ever a ship more appropriately named?
Yep. So basically, whenever they build a ship,
And Titanic.
they basically have a hull number, like the HULL. They have a hull number designation for it until it actually gets a legit ship name. So
What could possibly
for
go
Olympic, it was 400. For Titanic, it was 401. And I believe for Britannic, it was 402.
Mm-hmm.
Now these gantries, they actually had to tear down the old ones to build the new ones. Because that's how big the ships were.
build the future, he had
Wow,
to
that's
destroy
pretty
the
impressive.
Because there was 3 slipways
were raised
that
to
made
the
3
ground
ships.
To make way for 2 massive cradles.
Yeah.
where Olympic and Titanic.
Yep, there
would
was
be
2
laid.
massive slipways in place of 3 original slipways. These are photos of the actual construction.
That's pretty cool.
Out of the chaos, Pity's vision began to
Seriously though, when I first saw those shots when you weren't here, I honestly thought it looked a little like Long Beach. Because Long Beach out here has similar kind of girders and stuff, those similar kind of cranes.
Yeah,
And Long Beach is the 2nd largest port on the west coast.
that's my favorite part about the.
Oh,
that-
that bit there.
The crane has a movable track on top, so wherever they need a specific piece of plates, you know, steel plates, they could lift the plates up with that crane and put it in place.
That's pretty cool.
I actually have those design plans.
That's really cool. I like it. So far, this is a good little bit here.
Would confirm Harland and Wolff as the world's greatest shipbuilder.
Are they looking over the waterheads and all that?
I think so. I'm not sure because I'm not a ship document expert, so I could not tell you.
What's up? What's about the Olympic? What about the Olympic? You know they're laying down our keel.
So what are they talking about?
Our gang's only being sent to do the show.
They're laying down Olympic's keel right now.
Come on, Alfie. She's gonna be famous all over
I'm
the
curious
world.
as to what happened to the White Star Line after all the disasters regarding their ships. I mean, aside...
Well, Olympic's gonna be built first. So what? Just the ship that matters. My arse. She is too. Olympics gonna be
You sure you can
So-
hear this just fine?
Right?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All
But
right.
I'm just thinking, like, so you said that the company that was making this, they more or less repair ships instead of making them.
Right.
But
They
like,
stopped making them, and then they're more of refitting and building oil rigs now.
but what happened to White Star? Did they go under?
White Star Line continued on from after the ship sinking, after Titanic was sank and Britannic sank. White Star Line continued until 1935 when they merged with Cunard Line.
Oh my gosh, that is a big kick in the irony.
But the crazy thing is, had the Titanic and the Britannic not sank, they probably would have lasted a lot longer.
Probably.
What basically? This is cool.
Full-scale cross-sections of
Oh wow, that's the inside of the Titanic, correct?
No. That's a room where they basically take the steel ribs of the ship, these things, they take those and they bend them to shape in that room.
Dang.
Full scale, yeah.
That's pretty impressive. But yeah, it's a little bit funny because to me, hearing that the White Star and the Red Star, I guess which would be appropriate for Cunard, is like it's the same thing. Like, and this is a similarity. Is it's the same thing as the
Okay,
LNE.
so now he's turned to nationalism. This is the home rule stuff.
Oh, where they're starting to protest and everything.
Yes.
So the thing with what I was mentioning real quick between the White Star and the Red Star Line merge.
No, I don't think the White Star Line, the Red Star Line ever merged. It was Cunard and White Star that merged.
Oh, but I mean, to me, it sounds a lot like what happened with the nationalization of British railways in the 40s.
The nationalization, 1950s, yeah. Nationalization in the 40s and the 50s.
Yeah, because the LMER and the LMS, they were the two biggest rail companies back then.
Yeah.
And they both got merged into British Rail in the 1950s, I think.
48, I think, 1948.
Taking a wee break, man.
Right,
I'm not
and that's
sure.
why I kind of felt there was a little similarity between White Star and Cunard merging.
There's a lot of men I know.
Well, the thing with Cunard and White Star, the real butter and trade of the White Star Line and the Cunard Line was the immigrant trade. That was the real bread and butter. That's why they had third-class accommodation that was so well on the White Star Line.
When you both heard at it.
Mm-hmm.
Where's America?
I always like to joke about this, even as a little kid, and probably I don't know if John would get a little kick out of it. Or yeah, there's the Red Star, and then there's the White Star. You have the Boston Red Sox, you have the Chicago White Sox.
You just said Red Star again.
No, I said Red Sox, not Red Star.
You said White Star, then Red Star. White Sox, then Red Sox.
And then where's the blue?
There, I think there is. Not sure if there's a Blue Star Line.
But you get where I was going with it, right?
An outside lavatory.
Yeah, the red, white star, and then
this is the sad part.
For the men building Titanic.
The living conditions were just awful for people building Titanic and Olympic.
Well, back then it makes sense, and that's my birth month, January. But like 80 years prior.
Yep.
Splendid though these plans are.
But yeah, I mean, it sucks that people were living in such shitty conditions back then.
I know.
Now then, gentlemen.
Now they're talking about the lifeboats.
I propose we install 16 lifeboat stations, 4 lifeboats at each station.
And let's see, Titanic had, I think, 16? Oh, 20. But they only used like...
Listen.
Board of Trade Regulations stand. Given the size of these ships, we must surely expect them to demand greater lifeboat accommodation.
William?
I'm sure it's best to prepare for all eventualities. Now, if we look at
So basically, Titanic was scheduled to have a amount of lifeboats, 64. I think 64 would have covered every single crew member and passenger on the ship.
And then they downsized it.
Yeah, or something like that. Here she
I thought
is. She's
I
being
thought it was
formed.
vetoed.
Outer skin.
It was, yeah.
2,000
Here it is.
steel plates, 30 feet long and
That
6 feet
crane.
broad.
2,000 steel
Each
plates.
one over an inch,
30.
weighing 3 tons.
Yeah, 30 feet long in each
Plates were
plate.
fixed to the frames with rivets.
Every time I see those rivets, there's a Three Stooges episode that comes to mind.
3 million
Hair's breadth judgment and muscle power.
3 million rivets,
that held the ship together.
3 million rivets.
and all destroyed by one stinking blow from an iceberg.
Exactly.
1,500 tons of
But what I was saying, there's a Three Stooges episode that comes to mind when I see those rivets. It's called How High Is Up, and the Stooges they tried to help build something akin to the Empire State Building, and at one point,
Yeah, did you see that though? What they were doing?
Yeah.
That basically holds the ship's weight up, and it was a very dangerous job, especially if the timbers collapsed.
The rift over home rule was growing.
Yeah, let's hope they don't oof that.
Oh, there was cases of where they did.
Oh dear.
I think by the time Titanic's launch was finished, 17 people would have died building her.
It's Alfie Cunningham.
17?
Yeah. I think.
Aye.
It says it says later on.
Oh well. Maybe I have but Bally my card, Lord.
Anyway, what I was gonna say real quick was just regarding those rivets. There's actually one scene where Curly in that episode, How High Is Up, he's about to have like a sandwich, but because the foreman showed up, Larry had to toss a hot rivet over. Curly still caught it in a hot dog bun and started eating it.
Oh god.
Orange Lodge meeting? Who said?
And then because he lost his rivet holder because it got knocked out of his hand, Curly improvised and he put on a helmet with a little piece on top to where it would hold the rivet while Mo put him in place.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking for my sister's husband.
Uh-oh, the missus.
Do you know him?
No.
He's over there.
Tommy Miller's sister-in-law.
Oh dear.
Honey, what are you doing here?
It's Jeannie.
That can't be good.
His wife is sick.
Oh.
The tide in Tommy Miller's life was turning.
That'd be the dog.
I found her on the kitchen floor.
Yep.
Dr. Henry says it's rheumatic fever.
Is it bad, Doctor?
I wonder what she's
Before
sick with.
antibiotics, rheumatic fever was common. The result, almost certainly,
You still there, John?
heart disease.
Yes.
What do you call student welcome over that boiler jacket?
Same shape as you've been building
two.
for years, isn't it? But
Oh, it was that? It was Zach.
Representative from the Board of
I have no clue.
charged with ensuring safety standards.
yes, I'm not disputing the science.
Oh God, really bad.
But the hydrodynamics.
That's actually a good one, though. I like that.
Long and narrowing beam. Which is why they're known as the Greyhounds of the Sea.
Those mustaches back in the day. The guy on the far right looks like Teddy Roosevelt almost.
Mr. Crothers.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to discuss safety.
Dead mustaches, though.
And these discussions, a year before Titanic's launch, would be critical. They would
And
determine
I
who
think
would
what I
live,
remember
who would
from
die,
the
and
Titanic
they would cost
sinking
the
thing
lives of 2 of the men
was
who
the fourth funnel was supposed to be like an air vent or something like that on Titanic.
Say that our new bulkhead door system
But I can't rightfully remember.
unique. The damaged area will be completely sealed from the rest of the vessel, hermetically sealed.
Let's see.
She should stay afloat no matter what the damage.
But I mean, it's kind of sad when you know how many people put all their blood, sweat, and tears into stuff like this, and then for it to go down like that, it's pretty sad.
Great deal more than 16.
But 16 will meet the legal
excuse me.
requirement exactly. Lord Perry knows that.
He has spoken directly to you?
Well,
You know, if we're doing a lot of stuff regarding Titanic, I just thought of this for a future episode.
What?
The entire design.
A look at the Hindenburg.
For Carlisle, 40 years.
Yeah, what about it?
This was
I mean, like, the fact that even though it caught fire in New Jersey and went down as a giant fireball, the fact that 2/3 of the people were able to get out of there alive, that's pretty impressive.
How on earth can we get more
True.
than 3,000 people into
I mean, we could do something like that.
I freely offered a further
Maybe.
provision of 4 life rafts.
Maybe it's granted if Chris is all for it.
Oh, the regulations
Yeah,
are out of date.
doubt it, but worth it.
Risk only, Alexander. The ships have been designed by you, so that they cannot sink.
Don't you see, William? Any human design is fallible.
I'm back.
First rule of safety.
Okay, how's the dogo?
Good.
And you are happy for our passengers.
I was just mentioning to John, I mean, we can look at that Titanic and all that. I thought maybe if there's something out there, maybe in the future we could take a look at the Hindenburg or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in that aspect, it's amazing that, it was built by the Nazis, made another transatlantic trip from Germany to New Jersey,
And it blew up.
blew up into a giant fireball, and 2/3 of the people still got out.
Yeah.
And I have to build them at a profit.
So that's pretty impressive. I'd like to take a look at one of those.
Small but very welcome addition to your profit margin.
You know that's nonsense.
I know that, I don't know.
Anyways, just listen.
It was the end of Carlyle's involvement with the company. Titanic was the last ship he would ever design.
He quit because of the lack of lifeboats.
Yep.
Wait, he quit because of light posts?
Lifeboats.
Lifeboats. The lack of it.
No, I wouldn't blame him. If you wanted money over safety, like revenue over safety, I'd quit too.
In the spring of that year,
Yeah.
1910.
Okay, let's see. It's
Look.
night.
Haley's
Is that
comment.
Haley?
Yep.
Oh.
Andrews took his wife, Helen,
That's
with their
cool.
firstborn, to show off
That's
his
his.
new
That's
line.
Thomas Andrews' wife, Helen,
Ship now, Helen.
and
Is she better?
and no Thomas Andrews' wife.
Would be inseparable
Uh-huh.
to the very end.
So basically, the legend goes that when Haley's Comet was passing over the shipyards, Titanic's, she was with him at the shipyard, and she was expecting their first child together.
For the workers on Titanic,
Oh.
the challenge was to catch up.
So Olympic is almost finished.
Working with hot metal, speed was everything.
Yep, Zach nailed it on the head. This guy, the main guy, was wanting.
Paid on piece rate.
Yeah, safety is bigger than money,
They earned.
and CEO didn't
Not
see
to
it that way.
mention, this is not going to be good.
Oh shit! Ooh.
Samuel Joseph Scott, aged 15,
Dead.
Ooh,
He was
pay
only-
attention
died
to.
on Titanic.
He was only 15.
17 would lose.
Oh,
17 people
man.
would die
Ships.
by the time Titanic was completed.
To be honest, I thought he was gonna land on one of those steel poles and get impaled.
I've heard there was
Alan
cases of
Cunningham
that.
was starting work on Titanic's
Oh, dear.
plans. Theirs
Oh, let me
was
guess,
a
that big drum's gonna fall on someone?
40,000
That's the boiler of
horsepower
Titanic.
Oh wow. Hopefully it doesn't fall.
Nope.
Fed by 159 furnaces.
159, 29 boilers, 159 furnaces for each shovel of coal.
The men who built them.
Though, yeah, I gotta be honest, those things look scary as fuck when you see them in the water.
I know.
Those things just- They're cool when you see them like this. That looks pretty freaking epic. But when they're in the water like that, with there's no light and all that, that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Not like seeing the water rise over my
Titanic
window.
center propeller.
Yep.
It was these that would drive Titanic through the Atlantic
Those look
swell.
pretty sweet. Wow, those are some big ass. Wow. Yeah, Snakey mentioned
Oh yeah,
that.
this is the crane I was telling you about earlier.
What's the German crane?
Yep, the German crane. The German floating crane. This is what I was telling you about.
A German company was
That's pretty
supervising the
sweet.
train's construction. But as the monster grew,
And then,
civil began.
yeah, Snakey just mentioned that right now, and it's still going on. The Titanic's still being eaten up by that bacteria.
Lads reckon it's none too safe up there. They might have a point.
The one where it's sitting at the ocean.
It's a German crane. Let them risk their
It's
own
a
neck.
shiny tractor.
See, a lot of the boys are convinced.
Who's Zach?
Come here to steal the secrets of our new ships. Tell them to
So
work with
basically, the Irish workers are thinking that the Germans are spies,
His way with words would eventually
and
win him a place
they
on
don't like the
Titanic.
fact that they made their crane.
Roddy Chisholm had worked his way into management on the shop floor.
They think there's a spy on the crane or something.
They think they're spying on them to see how their ship's built.
He's speaking German. The sooner the crane's built, the sooner you'll be home with your wives and
The
sweethearts.
Germans
Yep.
agreed to finish the crane themselves.
Yeah.
They're gonna finish the crane themselves. Oh yay, more home rule bullshit. Great. I mean, I have no say in this because I'm not Irish and I'm not English, so.
These were stirring times. Patriotism really
Well
to be
put,
celebrated.
Snakey just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak idiot."
Is he watching this too?
Yeah, he's watching it, but he's not commenting through the chat like Zach is. But that's funny.
Yeah.
The home rule people, I don't speak idiot. Good.
Hey, that's good, Josh. Have fun.
Well, he is apologizing, but hey, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Wait.
October 20th, 1910. This is, look at that. Olympic is ready for launch.
Those watching the launch had to forfeit their pay.
That's a booty.
So those who were watching the launch had to forfeit their pay.
Yeah.
Oh.
5 minutes to go. Come on. You want me to lose?
How much was their pay?
It wasn't. I would have to Google it, but it wasn't very much. It wasn't enough to pay for a doctor. Just just think about that.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Might yet get onto
Zach, what chat does Dan want to join?
Lord Perry actually
Lord Perry had even had her
painted Olympic white for the photographs.
There's that German crane.
The giant floating crane was ready at last. But the German flag was raised as a finishing touch.
Uh-oh.
The Belfast men
Fight time?
No, they raised the German flag on the crane.
That's Germany?
Yeah, that's the German flag. I think before World War I, it was black, white, and red.
Oh, that's right. And then it changed to the swastika, and then it got changed again.
To black, white, and yellow, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, let's see. Your original. I can't tell. Are they... Is he saying to pull down the...
They're asking to pull down the flag, yeah.
Even though he's saying something completely different?
Yeah.
You flatter us, Mr. Chisel. Tell him in there.
XD.
But we'll have a beer anyway.
So where do we stand,
Yep.
Mr. Chisholm?
That's what it's like being part German, is you can't help but guzzle a little. Speaking of which.
Yep. Oh god, don't bring up the alcohol.
I'm not gonna show it.
They were even persuaded to hoist the Union Jack. Soon
Oh god.
these men really would be at war.
There you go. There's the British flag.
Yeah, but you can't. You have to imagine that literally 3 years from now, 1911 to 1914, these guys would be at war.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. That's kind of what it was with the Americans and the Japanese in World War II. We were sending them scrap metal and oil, and then we cut them off, and then they turn around and Pearl Harbor.
Yep. This is Titanic's funnels. These were like, they were big enough you could drive a truck through them.
Imagine the size of the
Wow.
engine I'm having to build.
That was cute. Put the hat on the kid, it's too big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
I think
like
that was young Mr. Andrews or something.
Here we go. May 31st, 1911.
1911.
Titanic's launch day.
For Titanic. It was launch day.
And then crashes into the crowd.
No.
I know, I'm just
This
messing
is-
with you.
So what's going on?
Ah, sure, they've only sent me over to help knock out the shores on Titanic.
He's working the night.
Let's see.
After all this time of saying she was second best.
Wait, let's see. That Zach just said that was dark. What was dark?
Underneath Titanic.
And the cool part,
Be careful under there, son. That's no place for skylarking.
the cool part about
You right there, Michael? Where are you two off to?
We're traveling first class, so we are.
That's what I said, Zach. Crashes into the crowd.
they got permission. They got the chance to ride Titanic down the slipway.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
A last inspection for Piri and Ismay. Even without engines and fittings, the hull weighed 24,000 tons.
24,000 tons is what she weighed at this point.
As the timber
That's
bolts were
nuts.
knocked away,
And bolts.
the full weight settled onto the sliding way.
Yep. they had to take these out, and they had to be careful because one wrong move that goes on your head.
Edward J. Smith.
You know who that guy is on the left with the hat?
Is that the captain?
Captain
Smith?
Edward J. Smith.
10 minutes to the launch.
The most generic name for our captain.
Yeah.
River traffic to stand clear.
That red flag was raised to prevent people from getting in the way of the ship launching.
With 20 tons of liquid soap and train
Snakes. That's so not heavy at all.
20,000 tons of liquid soap and train oil is what got her down the slipway.
Yeah, that's what I remember reading, was train oil and soap.
There would be no champagne.
I wonder if that would still be good for a bath even afterwards.
And only 2 hydraulic triggers kept her in place.
2?
Yeah.
Are you? Oh my god. Well, back then, I mean, that's ludicrous.
There she goes.
And I bet someone's right under there right now.
Nope. I do know I do know someone was killed while knocking the timbers away.
Oh. Now wait a minute. I saw a couple of American flags too. Did the U.S. help build this thing?
If I remember right, White Star Line was run by Bruce Ismay, but it was partially owned by J.P. Morgan.
She was already traveling.
Oh, that would explain the American flags.
And I think she was already going like 17 knots as she slid into the water.
And then she drifts away.
No, 62 seconds it took for her to launch.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. There you go. Off she goes.
All the way to New York.
And it would destroy the life of the very
Not without her funnels.
Titanic into being.
Never trust.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it to see how fast she was going through the slipway. Give me a minute here.
The slipways were empty for the first
Really,
2
Zach?
years.
What?
Titanic was
Ghost of the Rails intensifies.
She was still an empty shell.
Hey, look, it's
So if I remember right,
To transform her
Britannic was built in Olympic slipway. So that would be the one next to Titanic where she was parked.
was on her maiden voyage.
Yeah.
Olympic is on her maiden voyage at this point. They actually coincided the launch date of Titanic with Olympic sea trials.
Yes?
Yeah.
Mr. Ismay, he's raised some real concerns about the ship.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
The springs and the mattresses are too soft, and there's a lack of cigarette holders in the WCs. Also, we are short of a potato peeler.
Well done, Tommy. Well done.
Man, they were stoked about that.
But even as Titanic's slipway was being cleared, there was another forewarning of tragedy to come.
Excuse me. Oh no, another dead guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
timber fell on him.
James Dobbin,
Oh, that sucks.
was fatally injured
Yep.
by falling timbers. He died the next day.
Yeah, I may not be a medical person, but if that falls on you, that's crushing your ribs and your lungs.
Sitting out wharf.
It crushes
It would be
everything.
almost a year before she was ready to sail.
There's that German crane again.
Yeah.
Funnels and boilers, decking.
I was gonna say, with that funnel, when it was laying on its side and you were looking down it, it looked
Yeah.
like one giant cannon with a scope on it.
The world's
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be one big ass sniper rifle.
Okay, I got the
And in
I
that
got the
year,
dimensions
a
of the
young
hull
shipwright
plates
would
for
be
the
chosen
ship.
too.
Horsey.
Most of the
Workers
plates
found
were
themselves
up to
on the
6
maiden
feet
voyage.
long. I mean, 6 feet wide, 30
Many had
feet
scarcely
long,
left
and weighing
Belfast.
between 2.5 and 3
America
tons.
was beyond imagining.
Woof.
Yeah.
That's
a
how
lot.
heavy those plates were.
What's that, Mr. Miller?
Yeah, that lands on you wrong, you're dead.
You should tell my dad that.
Where's the fisticuffs? I want to see someone beat the shit out of the other.
Mr. Tommy the Gaffer, for example.
Well, that's good of you,
Yep,
Mr.
22 tons of soap and tallow were spread on the ship on the slipway to let her
Been asked
launch.
by Mr. Andrews to recommend
Yeah.
a shipwright
Wow.
and an apprentice to go on Titanic's maiden voyage.
Oh,
He's thinking of recommending
with
you.
I know that it's mainly for wooden ships, but are those funnels being held up by cleats?
I think they're sunk into the deck,
Every day counted to complete
and then they're
Pity could not afford.
Oh yeah, home rule
Grab
stuff.
the
More
ring.
home rule stuff. I think they're sunk into the deck, and then they're kept taut
But there was no
by
escaping
the
bitterness in the yard. Ireland
by the
was
strings
heading
that
for
hold them in
political
place.
crisis.
You know, like remember in the movie how the strings like snap, you know, when the funnel starts to collapse?
Yeah.
Those ping ping. Yeah,
That isn't
that
how many of the men in the yard see it.
that's
Those are the cleats.
that's it's basically wires that are drawn tight to hold it straight up.
Yep.
So
What
I
I
will be
kind
right
of
back.
feel. Okay. Great. Now I'm the only one talking, but whatever. Anywho.
Most of Pity's workers were against home
Reactor.
rule.
I can speak a little bit.
Unionists were determined to
Oh no, there you are,
protect
Zach.
independence
You feeling any better?
by force, if need be.
A little.
Well, that's good. This home rule stuff. It's kind of like what happened in up to World War II, when you had like the British Union, which was the British Union of fascists.
The workers of this shipyard will be at the vanguard.
But
Treachery.
you always kind of have. This is like the unions in the United States. God, those teeth though, you could tell. The Brits may be good for like certain things, but man, their teeth are always kind of fucked up,
There was poison in the air.
which is a little bit sad. But yeah, the British home rule crap is at its best.
That's not definite, but Mr. Miller thinks you've a real chance of being asked.
Anyway,
Sigh.
what?
Everyone sigh.
I'll take you to New York, son.
They're all just like, what the hell are they talking about?
Olympics always been
Morons.
Yeah, well, Titanic's my ship now.
Whatever happened to you, Alfie Cunningham?
Mr. Gilzine.
How long is it since you promised to come to one
This
of our
guy gives me the creeps.
Well, I didn't exactly promise.
And he also exemplifies the fact that some British people don't take good care of their teeth.
Yeah.
thing? But you should be studying the history of
He kind of has like a slight look of Ramsley from the Haunted Mansion movie.
Alright, so I looked it up. When Titanic was launched, she was already going 12 knots as she hit the water.
Ready for all of
Which would be what in miles an hour?
12 nautical miles per hour. That's roughly 15 miles an hour.
Aye, it's madness. Why?
That's kind of quick for a smokeless engine.
I'll have to Google it. Let me look it up.
Don't want home rule. You're gonna fight too. Haven't said. Start a civil war. We don't want to start any war. We just want to stay loyal to our country.
So now I'm guessing someone tells me those guys under the British home rule and shit, there's gonna be a big fisticuff coming up.
Okay, I got it.
Zach, come on. That's what I said in the last
12 knots is 13.809 miles per hour.
So almost 14 miles.
14 miles an hour, yep.
Zach, I said the Titanic was thick long before you mentioned it.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a thick girl.
And so are her sisters. Woo-wee!
That Olympic class ass.
Give it a good slap.
Hey, Texas!
Yes, he is alive.
And it wouldn't be just
sort of.
This city, that yard.
Why does this lady look like Helena Bonham Carter?
She's sick, so she's, you know, looking a little more
Gaunt?
gone, yeah.
But she seriously look like Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, this is my favorite part. They're designing her interiors.
Boobies included.
Only on Titanic now did the real world seem far away. Curry's vision was coming.
So wait, Zach, do you have like a fever or something?
No, just a slight hoarse throat, really.
Oh. Try gargling a little bit of hot salt water or something. That usually helps clear my throat a little bit. That's pretty. It's pretty on the inside.
Yeah.
You know what what's cool about this? This was actually shot in the Swan Hotel in Alnwick. I think it's either Alnwick or Alnwick, England. And the cool part about this is this paneling that's on the wall is actually from Olympic's first class lounge.
Ooh.
That's pretty
shit.
cool. Oh, what happened there?
Titanic sister ship Olympic.
Olympic
was
had an
holed in a
accident with the
collision
Hawk.
Royal Navy cruiser HMS Hawk.
She sank?
No, she floated. 2 compartments were flooded.
Back in Belfast.
Okay, she just sustained some damage.
Yeah, she was rammed in the stern.
Ouch. Hey, you're supposed to slap the ass, not ram it.
I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind.
This was also shot in the Swan Hotel.
Oh, one of those campaign fountains again. Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right.
Survived the collision. Consider what would have happened to any other vessel which had suffered such severe damage. Say the Mauritania. As water flooded in,
Cunard reference.
her poor crewmen would have scurried around frantically trying to close the doors between all her separate compartments and stem the flow. A vain endeavor.
But we at Harland and Wolff, gentlemen, have introduced automatic watertight doors.
Tearing it on his alcohol is making me thirsty.
Me too.
Much had been made of the watertight doors, a design that Harland and Wolff had actually borrowed from a German rival. What was undeniable was that they worked.
As soon as water is detected in the ship,
They borrowed the automatic watertight door design from the Germans. How ironic is that?
I should come to this side of the door, Mr. Green, or you may get very wet.
There we are. Home and dry.
With her automatic doors in place, Olympic had stayed afloat, even with 2 compartments completely flooded.
So this, in your view, makes the ship what? Unsinkable?
Captain Smith had long argued exactly that.
I cannot conceive of any vital disaster happening to this vessel. Modern shipping has simply gone beyond that.
Look, if there's a ship safer, we don't know of it. As far as I'm concerned, she is practically unsinkable.
Hence that word, practically. Everyone calls Titanic unsinkable, but it's practically unsinkable. Every ship is sinkable, no matter how good you design it.
The fact that her sister ship had survived a collision with a cruiser.
There's Olympic on the left, Titanic's on the right being fitted out.
Titanic's completion schedule had been critically hit. One of her propeller shafts was now needed to repair.
It'd be nice if the old girl was still surviving today.
Lord Pity pushed the date of Titanic sailing back into April 1912.
Yeah, true.
A fatal move.
So
the melting ice pack would lie directly in her path.
Because Olympic was damaged, what happened was they needed one of Titanic's propeller shafts to fix the broken one on Olympic, and because of this, when because of that propeller shaft being removed to be put on Olympic, since they're almost virtually identical ships, the Titanic
Winston Churchill, the Lord of
the Titanic was basically her maiden voyage schedule was pushed back to April 1912. And we all know what happens in April 1912.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Titanic at last.
Oh, hey, SP.
Hi, I finished.
What's cool about what's cool about Titanic's dry dock is that you can still visit it to this day.
Well, I'll make a note of that when I head out to Europe.
And you have to stop in Belfast because there's the Titanic Museum they have there, which basically details the lives of the workers, shows a lot of stuff other than Titanic. Basically the history of the Harland and Wolff and all that. And the slipways where Titanic was constructed has been redone to show the design, like the outline of the ship.
That's impressive.
So if you look at it from satellite view, you can see the outline of the ship in the design of the concrete. And then on Olympic slipway, you also have the image, the same image of Titanic, but there's a section of grass. There's like 4 sections of grass that are in different various lengths, and that shows the rate of people who died. How many people died? You know, rate of crew, first class, second class, third class. You know.
no.
Uh-oh. Not good.
Uh-oh. Miscarriage?
She's dead. Heart failure.
Ooh.
Jeannie Miller was just 32 when she died.
And she jumps alive.
She was only 32 when she died.
Titanic's
A little better than that 15-year-old falling, but still.
Guarantee Group was on everyone's mind.
You're lying. I'm not. Maybe we'll both get to go to New York.
So now they're talking about the guarantee group, who's going to be put on the ship for the maiden voyage.
What's that got to do with it?
Do your chances any harm, will it?
The guarantee group on Olympic showed problems with Titanic that were rectified in her design. So.
I know Arthur Frost's not.
How much longer do we have on this?
18 minutes.
Okay.
Searches were routine.
And then after this, it's saving the Titanic.
With whatever came to hand.
Did he just steal?
Rivets.
Had stitched Titanic together. They also made lethal ammunition.
Wait, you have to be confiscated of rivets?
Yeah, because they made lethal ammunition.
Welcome, Churchill. The
Oh. And you just checked them through the window?
Yep.
Drafted in.
Margaret, if I thought it would come to this,
And now,
I'm sure that I'd have.
Even the threat of violence is a disgrace.
and now because he invited Winston Churchill, he's going to be key.
You'll not let them succeed.
Oh, I almost spat out my food when you said that.
Well, no, he's going to be attempted to be killed. Watch what happens.
Perry and Churchill found themselves facing the full fury of the Unionists.
Someone tried to shoot him?
Yeah.
And rivets weren't their only weapons. There were guns on the streets.
Yep. There's Winston, I think.
Perry and Churchill were lucky to escape with their lives.
Did they fire the shot or no?
No.
Perry had never
Couldn't get a clear shot?
any confrontation, but that day changed everything.
And there's all the piss-angry workers, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But look who's among them when we get to a point here. Yep, bearded guy with the creepy-looking teeth.
Lord Perry's island.
Good riddance.
They're fleeing Ireland.
Are they throwing eggs?
Yep.
E-double-G-S eggs!
The man who had conceived Titanic. The greatest shipbuilder.
Sorry, the whole thing with Cat in the Hat was right there.
That's the sad part. Because Perry fled Ireland, he would never get the chance to see Titanic ever again.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know Josh was still here.
After
He is.
long years, Titanic
Yeah, he's still here.
complete in the dry dock.
Titanic's almost complete at this point.
Departure, all order had gone. It was no
Are they going down into a, oh, I thought they were going down to like a ship or something.
Some manners, will you? I don't take any lessons of manners from you.
What's that?
Dirty little pig. Hey, get away. You two think you're safe, don't you? Well, not anymore. Perry ran away in case you didn't hear. All Catholics
Fight,
run away.
fight,
So,
fight,
because
He's not
fight.
Catholic. Why? He's a Catholic lover. Even worse. Come
Perry-
on, son. Leave it.
Perry left, so now there is no law in the shipyard. So Protestants,
British ship.
Protestants and Catholics are fighting now, and the home rule thing has gotten worse.
Oh dear. Look at the size of those screws. Those are huge.
Yeah, they were pretty huge. It's gonna be
Oh
huge,
my
man.
God.
Huge.
Exactly. That's a. Oh my god. It's huge.
Oh, that's all right.
Aye, but the thing is, if you're chosen, you'll
What's
not be
scary,
going to me.
Snaky? The fact that we're quoting Trump or how big the ship is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving this job up.
Tommy Miller's leaving the
Sure.
shipyard.
Never did feel safe.
This guy?
But now
Yeah,
it
this
is.
guy talking, yeah.
I don't know. I get a bad feeling about
Okay,
the place.
yeah, enough politics, but just real quick, Trump is an ass.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a job as a deckhand at the White Star Line.
He's taking a job as a deckhand now.
It'll take you away from home.
Deckhand is a what?
They people like they like wash the deck or something like that. Think basically people that take care of the ship or something like that.
Gotcha. 1 month before it set sail.
Titanic had been conceived in London's Belgravia. That's where Piri had taken refuge.
Uncle William.
Hi.
Thomas.
Hi, and oh my god, is that Ismay?
No, that's Perry.
It's the best thing. Until things
He looks terrible.
Yeah, his
Wow,
health has gone down the drain.
Very old.
I've done with Belfast.
Ouch.
Thing you've done with shipbuilding.
There must be more to life than building ships.
Let's go sailing on that
That'd be
ship
the dog.
tonight.
Listen closely.
No, no.
Listen closely, though.
Uncle
No
William.
arguments. You're a unionist. And the best liked man in Holland.
Yeah, we can hear a dog.
Yeah, I know. I'll take care of her in a minute.
Else I want you to do. Titanic's maiden voyage.
He's got a tumor.
I was supposed to sail with
Oh
her.
dear.
I
Really?
can't now.
Why?
My health.
Doggo, says Josh.
My doctor insists I must have an operation.
And because, like, I can still hear the video, but because the dog was barking, I'm like, I didn't know he could speak dog.
You can decide if this whole enterprise was worth it. I'm not sure if I know anymore.
There was a difference
Where are you looking
in
at?
Belfast.
I was looking at those.
Being fueled by anger and
So, Apollo, what am I supposed to do with the video right now?
Hang on to it. Right now, we're actually doing a reaction video.
there were scores
Wait,
to be
we're on a reaction video right now?
Yep. It's almost over, though.
Wait a minute, there's been a camera going on this whole time and I wasn't informed.
Well, we did mention it, but it's okay. We got you. Uh-oh. Fight time, I think.
That you're out of a job.
It's like,
Oh, he's on.
shut up. Stop acting like this. It's like, oh, fight.
Ah, come on. Why is it cup? That's what I don't like. It's like with the ads in when movies play on TV is right before it gets to a good part, it cuts.
Yeah, I know, but seriously, like, what makes me nervous is that those big ass Turbine fans right there, and you can walk through them.
Ooh. He just got hit with a hammer. Hammer time.
Ooh, MC Hammer in the house.
No, but this fight actually looks pretty ugly.
Turbines are starting. Maybe not, because all I see is a hat.
Someone keeps messaging the chat. I don't know who.
It's something.
Oh,
What I
it's
miss?
fist fight.
Yep, I knew that.
Fight.
What happened? I know the guy got hit in the leg with a hammer.
They're Protestant or Catholic or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I was, why the heck didn't that creepy old guy get decked already?
Yeah, Catholic.
Really?
Those guys on the ground are Catholic.
Oh. And they're all Protestants?
Yep.
You know what I call us Protestants? Rebel Catholics.
Yeah.
We pretty much hate the Catholic because they feel you have to, and I don't want to get into a whole lot of religious stuff right now, but they feel they have to pay to go to heaven, whereas us, we're like, just by grace alone, we're in heaven. And they're like, fuck that. And we're like, fuck you, punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punch.
Here we go. Her sea
Hey, look,
trials.
it's 10 cents, Drolan, Zoran.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Sea trials.
5 years of endeavor. for one moment.
And this was in March of 1912?
It was actually April 2nd.
Oh, after April Fool.
So
April Fool.
Artie is now on. I mean, Alfie is on Titanic now. So the guy that got injured, the son, he was also put on Titanic, but since he left the shipyard, he didn't get on the guarantee group. Which I think is good for him because if he knew Titanic's fate, he would not want to be part of it.
No. Those are some good shots. And just to clarify, that fourth funnel was an air vent, right?
It was a dummy air vent. It was a dummy and an air vent. It was an ornament. So best way to describe it is, the more funnels that a ship had, the more iconic it was and the more popular it seemed. So if your ship had 4 funnels, it was the best of the best. If your ship had 3 funnels, it was like, it's okay. And then just 2 funnels is like, meh.
Okay.
And then 1 is like, oh my god, that's a piece of shit ship.
This just reminded me of our school rubrics.
Yep.
There had been last-minute changes.
Those are good-looking ship.
Private promenades and more first-class staterooms.
Wait, so it was all about look with the funnels.
At over 46,000 tons.
The thing that I'm curious about is, like, I know that it has, like, what was it, 29 furnaces down there?
Yeah, with 159 furnaces with 29 boilers.
I'm scared to ask how many cylinders were in those engines.
4-cylinder.
V4 times 29?
29 boilers with 159 furnaces.
Okay, hang on, let me go on my calculator here.
So that's your power. Her horsepower was like 16,000 horsepower.
Well, you know how, like, you have, like, V4, V8 cars and all that?
Yeah, but for the time, she was very powerful. She wasn't the fastest, but she was very powerful.
Okay, if it goes by how many boilers there were and how many cylinders there were in each boiler...
There we go. They're doing full astern for her stopping. How quickly can she stop?
And,
Moment of truth.
It's gotta be scary as all hell.
No, it's shaking inside. It's like, instead of like, yes.
Crashing the engines back would be the worst case, like the last possible scenario.
Come on, stop. That's like trying to stop a train.
Yeah.
Like a full. Oh, and I think if you would go by boilers and cylinders, Titanic would be a V116.
Well, Mr. Crothers.
Oh God.
850 yards.
V for the shape of the
850 yards.
Well done. That's quite acceptable.
850 yards.
Football fields. Holy crap! Hey, but it stopped.
Under half a mile.
Wow. And
it said something about like less than 3 times her own length.
That's not bad.
That's actually good for once.
Yeah, but too bad she's at the bottom of the Atlantic.
But get this. Titanic, she is now the world's largest ship at 46,000 tons. Hey, look who it is, Tommy Miller.
Oh, he's back on. Oh yeah, that's right, he's a deck. And then the guy that he's friends with, what's his name?
Alfie.
So those two have been friends, right?
More or less, yeah.
Kind of like frenemies?
No, they're not frenemies. They're more friends, you know, that they don't hang out with each other every single day.
Like acquaintances.
Yeah, but they're friends, but they don't hang out with each other several days. So kind of like how you and I are friends, basically.
Right. Okay.
Here we go.
With the fading light,
the maiden voyage.
She's leaving her birthplace for the last time.
And Thomas Andrews gathered his prize.
Isn't there? I think there's still talk about.
I'm about ready to kill my dog. That's his daughter.
Oh my God.
She's only 2.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
Right, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Look after your mommy for me.
You know, just seeing this makes me upset that they're all like gone.
Well, again, some of them did survive, like some of the kids, others didn't, which is pretty saddening.
even richer then.
I think I just heard Chris yelling at the dog.
Did Tommy Miller is still alive?
Yeah, we know that. Chris, I think I heard you yelling at your dog.
Apprentice of the year.
I
So
think.
yeah, Artie was short of a promotion. Robert Welch, the photographer.
Take a photograph of the huge ship, people.
What was that? It's a huge shit?
Shit.
I said huge ship.
I know.
Yes.
Now listen.
12 days later, on the night of April the 14th, 1912, Titanic, the biggest ship in the world, met her iceberg, shaped by nature 6 times her size.
Yep.
Speeding along through the night.
She carried over 2,000
Just listen closely though.
But lifeboats.
Is this the night when she?
Yep.
Oh God.
One bolt, one glance on the iceberg, and boom.
She is pulled out.
Listen.
Oh.
She had been designed to stay afloat with up to 4 compartments flooded. Under the iceberg's impact, 6 sprang open.
6 compartments. 5 years in the making.
In 2 hours.
Oh God! Look, the spilling.
5 years in the making, only 2 hours and 40
Thomas
minutes.
Andrews is said to have helped many to escape.
2
he was last
hours
seen alone
and
in
40
first
minutes.
Gee, that ship had not
Artie
a lot of
Frost
time
was
to
witnessed heading down into the engine.
She
room.
lasted an hour
The
longer.
body
than
of Roderick
Thomas
Chisholm,
Andrews
chief
thought.
draftsman, was never recovered.
Okay, let's forget
Alfie
about
Cunningham,
that.
21 years old, was reported among
Is
the
that the youngest
survivors.
guy to?
Alfie,
It was a
yeah.
case of
He was
mistaken
reported
identity.
among survivors. But
And
it was
Tommy
a-
Miller
it was a mistaken
died
identity.
alongside his former workmates.
Oh, that sucks.
All of the
So
guarantee
he's really
group,
dead?
the men who'd built Titanic,
Those are
All
all
of
the
the
guys that
guarantee
died
group
on
went
board
down.
their ship.
6 men.
1,500 more people died with
Were there
them.
any women on that?
No, there was not. 6 of
What
the
do you-
guarantee group all went down with the ship.
Ouch.
Titanic's owner,
God.
Bruce
Is-
Ismay, did
is
find
this
a place
after
in
or
the
before?
lifeboats. A
After.
disgrace
Oh, no.
that finished his career.
So these are some of the notables.
This is what
The
happened.
Titanic
after the scene.
inquiry cleared the shipbuilders of blame.
Oh, I recognize that
But
one
Lord
kid
Pittie's
with
health
that
was broken.
newspaper.
He died with his business almost bankrupt. In Belfast, the men who built and sailed on Titanic are remembered by name.
The names of the men.
Their
And these
families
are their
still cherish their
descendants.
memories and keepsakes.
Oh.
Look what they have.
Oh,
From
the
Thomas
photographs.
Andrews, a
And
telescope.
pieces of their stuff.
From Roderick Chisholm, a book
Wow.
presented for Titanic's launch.
Jeez.
From Artie
So
Frost,
that
his foreman's
means-
whistle
Look,
and
well, not-
The
slide
whistle,
rule.
Artie Frost and slide whistle.
And from Tommy Miller,
And from Tommy
But
Miller,
the 2 pennies he
the
gave
2
his
pennies he
children.
gave his
Spend
kids.
them till I come back. We'll be even richer then.
Oh, that's so cool. And it's like my eyes are actually a little watery.
Those who built Titanic believed they
It's
stood at the
actually the same
dawn
for
of
me
a
because
new
it's actually
era.
very set.
Sadly, they
Thomas
They
were
were at
not.
the dawn of a
Jr.?
new era. And it was the end of the Victorian
Within
era.
2 years, the entire world
So
would hit
that's
war.
the dry dock now,
The
or what?
Edwardian dream was over.
The Edwardian dream is over.
But the dreams of the men who brought
Hey, the
Titanic
Doughboys.
to
Oh, wait, no,
life
that's us.
would never die.
What?
They have
No,
become
Doughboys,
part of her
I got it
legend.
mixed up. I thought Doughboys
And that was
the-
it. That was the story of the men who built Titanic and the story of the guarantee group, which all 6 members did not make it out.
Oh God.
Wow.
And then one of the former workers, Tommy Miller, who died alongside his fellow workmates.
Oh.
So what you guys think?
Well, I mean, I know SP jumped in a bit late, but that was really cool. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That was-
I did hear a little bit about like how people did die. I mean, being crushed by a timber isn't all the best, or falling. That's another bad thing.
Well, I mean, if you're
Um,
falling is worse because it's not quick. I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, it may seem quick to the rest of the world, but to you, time slows down.
Yeah. And the fact that you had all that stupid shit going on, I mean,
Home rule,
That
the
movie-
Catholic and Protestant fights, yeah.
I mean, to me, the home rule would be like the British Union of fascists that shows up in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, sorry, I don't speak, moron.
Exactly. SP,
Yeah.
what did you think?
I actually really liked it. It was actually very interesting to hear the story, but I'm really sad that those people had to die in that accident.
But the thing is, Thomas Andrews, he helped a lot of people. He was reported to help people get into the lifeboats. So he's stayed while everyone else he tried to help whoever he could, and then he was last seen in first class. So we don't.
Setting the time.
We
Setting
don't.
the time on the clock.
We don't. Yeah, we don't even know where he was. I don't think his body was recovered. And to me, it's kind of sad that he had a 2-year-old daughter, and she probably didn't even remember him. So how it's knowing that your father, the one who had a hand in your creation, you knew him for all of 2 years, but you don't remember those 2 years.
That's pretty saddening.
Yeah, and then his 2 boys, Tommy Miller's 2 boys. I mean, can you imagine just like getting those coins from your father and then never seeing him again?
Yeah, and the only way you can see him is through the photo.
I know.
And then the descendants find out later what happened to him.
Right, and then having the ruler that Artie Frost had, the ruler he had, and then the
whistle.
And the whistle, yeah, his whistle and the ruler.
The thing that almost made me cry was the pennies. That almost brought me to an emotional breakdown.
Yeah, and just knowing what those guys went through. I mean, it's
blood, sweat, and tears.
I know. It literally is. Blood, sweat, and tears were poured into the making of the Titanic.
And Mother Nature took it down with an iceberg.
Exactly. It was just
damn you, Mother Nature.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our reaction to Titanic: Birth of a Legend. This will be going up on my channel sometime within the next few weeks. Maybe next week. I haven't figured it out yet. And then this will be going up on Apollo's channel on the 14th of April. And this is part 1 of our Titanic reaction thing. We're going to be doing part 2, which is Saving the Titanic, which tells the story of the engineers and the electricians who stayed below deck to keep the power running on Titanic until the very last moment, until she went under.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
You want
and then until then, this is now National Guard 5 signing off.
This is Future Productions.
And this is SP4449 Fan 1 signing off.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye.
See ya.